I'm gonna graph, and you just watch me because you don't really need to copy down the graph for your notes. Just follow along as I do this on the board. Right now on your notes, just write example 5 and then describe it just this one sentence. Watch the parent function. Check this out. Parents have children. On Thursday, we talked about how the children kind of look like their parents. You look like your parents. Well, functions also have children that look like themselves. Believe it or not, on the warm-up, this is actually right here, f of x equals the absolute value of x. That's actually the parent function of absolute value functions in general. In other words, you're going to see all kinds of functions from here on out for the next week that have absolute value symbols, and they're going to look a lot different than this one. They're going to look crazy, scary, and funky. But they're all going to be related to this parent. So let me graph the parent function. The parent function is f of x equals absolute value of x. Again, right now, just pay attention. Don't write anything down except for that. Just pay attention to me. I'm going to graph the points we just plotted, or we just generated. -3, 3, -2, 2, and so on. Remember, this is the y-axis. Watch me. Look at, here's the points. Here's the parent function. Ready? Here we go. There's your parent. Do you guys remember from Thursday what this is called? That corner at the bottom? Vertex. Okay, now, watch this now. The parent is now going to have a child. Watch this. The parent's going to have a child, Gonzalez. I'll put the child in blue since the Dodgers won. There's the child. The child is in blue. Remember on Thursday I was having you guess what will the child look like? Stay with me. Valdez. What do you think the child will look like in relation to the parent now? What will it be? So you just said a number. I'm asking for a description. Look at describe the transformation from parent to child. One more time. Nice. So what we call that, the vertex now is going to be right here, and everything else is going to be the same. So now you're going to write the description with me. I'm drawing it for us. You don't have to draw it. What I want you to do with me, though, is actually write what just took place. We're going to write down this transformation. The parent had the child. What took place? Here's the appropriate language now that Gonzalez just tried to speak right now. We're going to do it with academic language now. Here we go. You with me, Verduzco? Phones away, earphones off if you want the stamp. Right now I got the floor. Here we go. Here's your answer. So on your notes, Gonzalez, I already asked. I got the floor here. Go and write this function down. We're going to describe the transformation that took place. So write f of x equals absolute value of x minus 5, and underneath that, let's describe the transformation. Here we go. The transformation, yes, was 5 units vertically downward. That's the transformation. I just described the child, right, Verduzco? We described the child in blue. Stay with me, Rios. The transformation was 5 units vertically downward. When I say vertically on your notes, vertically means up or down. So from the parent to the child, vertically downward. So we're describing the child, huh? In other words, what was in blue. All right. Questions? Example 6. Want to write describe transformation? f of x equals absolute value of x plus 8. So we're just writing sentences here. Just write the function, compare this function with the parent function. Let me write the parent function in black. The parent function is f of x. This is the one we did in warm-up. So the parent is in black, child is in green. Who can describe the transformation? Well, before you guess, well, who would like to take a guess here? Describe it using academic language that I just displayed on example 5. Somebody. Upward. Let's verify and see if Lavietta's right. Watch this. I'm going to go to desmos.com. Look at the parent function. F of x equals absolute value of x. There it is in red. Let me see if Lavietta's right. I'm going to, underneath that, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this puppy. Copy. Paste. Never mind. Here we are. Paste, but I'm going to put plus 8 now. Watch this. Plus 8. And there it is. There it is. The vertex moved 8 units upward vertically. Perfectly said. So right now, in a little while, when you do a table talk, you're going to have Desmos accessible for you so you can figure out the parent to the child. Coming back over here, write it down with me. Here's the transformation. 8 units vertically upward. Write that down. 8 units vertically upward. Stay with me, Bruce. Okay, so far so good. So if you have a minus, some minus number outside the absolute value, that's going to be a downward shift. If you have a positive number outside the absolute value, that's an upward shift. Look at example 7 now. Stay with me. Which way though? F of x now, let's describe f of, let me write describe here. Describe transformation. F of x equals absolute value x minus 5. Write that down. Now notice the number is inside the absolute value, not outside. Mr. Gonzalez just said a perfect word. Say it one more time. Horizontal. So if that number is outside, we're talking vertical, up or down. The child will be up or down. If we're inside the absolute value symbol, we're going to go left or right, and this is where you got to put your thinking cap on. By the way, how's the thinking cap look? You've been hearing that since you've been in elementary school. Whatever it looks like, put it on. If it's a minus 5, will it move to the right or will it move to the left? Let's find out. You say left. Who disagrees or agrees with Gonzalez? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so there's a parent in red. Parent's in red. Let's put the minus 5 inside the absolute value. Let's see how the child looks. Minus 5. Relax. So you would think it's a minus that it would go to the left 5 units, but it just so happens it goes to the right. Well, the reason why we're going to explore later, because it gets kind of weird and counterintuitive. It's funky and weird, but if you made a table of values, you'd kind of see the behavior. But for now, if you see a minus in there, know that it's going to go to the right horizontally. Good job, Valdez. Horizontal shift to the right if it's a minus. So far, so good. Go ahead. Give me your favorite number. One more time. Watch this. Let's have another child, but we're going to pick Gonzalez's favorite number, f of x, watch this, plus 6. Watch this. Plus 6. There's your child, Gonzalez, in orange. So to answer your question, what if it's positive? Well, it's going to be to the left that amount. Yeah, you may have seen this before. Right. So if you have a plus number, Gonzalez, help me out, please. You're going to the left. The child will be the left, horizontal. Someone answer that question. Say again? It has to be outside the sign. In other words, example 5. Look at example 5. Right, look at example 5. The first one we did. It was downwards. It's vertical downward. We're good?
Yeah, we're good. Start writing out
I got a better idea, Valdez. Remember that quote of the day, better ideas and bad ideas? Here's a better idea. Let's generalize what we've just learned, and then we're going to go to our table talk. Watch this. Thanks for instigating. Watch this. Let's generalize. Here we go. Generalize means let's make up a rule that summarizes all the cases. Here we go. Put on your notes, generalize. What did we just do? Here we go. Parent. The parent function's f of x equals absolute value of x. Write that down. All children. There we go. F of x equals x minus h plus k. We're going to generalize now. Let's describe every situation now, whether it's horizontal or vertical. X minus h plus k. Watch this. Put an arrow where h is. Let's use green. Put if h is positive, I'll put plus for positive, plus k. So if h is positive, that number is positive, did it move to the left or to the right, Gonzalez? If this was positive, did it move to the left or right? It moved to the left. So put, if h is positive, I put a plus symbol, then horizontal shift, I'll put translation. Translation means sliding. Then horizontal translation, leftward. If negative, I'll put if negative now, then right. So I'm generalizing now. We'll let whatever number is inside the absolute value next to the x, if it's positive, it's going to the left. If it's negative, it's going to the right. You just saw it with the Desmos.com. Let's generalize now with the k. Right? So the number's outside the absolute value. If k is positive, is it going up or down? It's going up. If it's negative, it's going down. So that's what we're going to write. If k is positive, vertical translation. Translation just means slide. You're sliding. It's a fancy word for slide. Then vertical translation upward. Period. If negative, downward. Done. We generalized. If k is positive, vertical translation upward. If negative, downward. I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys gonna start complaining to me? Is that really that hard? Come on. There we go. Here we go.